Hi. So I'd like everyone just to take a second, close your eyes, and imagine DNA. What does it look like? How's it structured? So I guess we're all imagining this double helical structure, the long one that's stretched out, the one that we're all used to seeing in pictures or on TV. Now, that's not really what DNA looks like. You'll find your DNA in the nucleus of a cell, and there you can't see these long strands of organised DNA. In fact, it's a bit of a jungle in there, with the DNA twisting and turning in different directions, with different biological machinery stuck onto the DNA, and the DNA actively moving as it fulfills its function. And like any jungle, there are dangers in the nucleus. Specifically, DNA damage. So, inside each of your cells every single day, there are over 10,000 DNA damage events. This might be caused just by a cellular accident, or sometimes by environmental factors such as smoking or having too much sunshine. And sometimes this can cause a physical break in your DNA, and this is disastrous for the cell. And to understand why, we need to understand a bit more about the way in which the DNA is structured. So I don't know if anyone remembers the old telephones with the telephone coil, when you coil it up and you coil it up a bit more whilst you're on the phone. And this is actually how your DNA is in your cells. It's coiled and it's recoiled. And if you imagine this big mass of coils, and you were to insert a little break, the DNA damage, the broken ends, they're not just separated. They ping apart, they fly to different sides of the nucleus. And we're still trying to understand just how the cell is able to find those two ends, those broken ends, and bring them back together and repair this broken DNA. If you look up behind me, you'll see these amazing structures, the ones that I study as part of my PhD. They're biological machinery. They're sort of triangular shape. This one's a triangle, these two are circles. What they're actually able to do is physically embrace the DNA and hold it in place. So these two broken ends of DNA, they hold onto them much like a cast on a broken bone, so that the DNA can be sewn back together. So why is it that I study this? Well, first of all, it's fascinating. I absolutely love studying this. It's exciting. And secondly, if we study how this process occurs, how your DNA repairs itself, we can understand how and why it goes wrong, because when it does go wrong, it leads to cancer. Thanks very much for listening.